Okay, everybody, thank you so much for joining me today. The energy is a little different today, okay? Also, hello, what is this flame doing? That's because it's been a wild, crazy day. I've done wrestled a goblin. I know that sounds insane. I'm just calling it a goblin. I don't know what it was. Some sort of terrible dense energy. I'm feeling a little wacky. Mercury is definitely affecting me. How are you guys holding up? Anyways, today I wanted to work with shadow work. Not work with shadow work. Let's dive into what shadow work we need to be doing, what we're maybe running away from, how we can get deeper rooted with ourselves and more in balance. And I want to shuffle on camera today and just have it sort of, rolling and flowing. But here we go to the shadow work. First of all, let's get some crystals out here. Look at that. Oh, there we go. Okay, so here's crystal. Here's a crystal. Here's a crystal, and here's a crystal. Ugh, I don't know okay, we're gonna add this one to that. I don't know why, I just felt like some of you are gonna pick this, some of you are gonna pick this. Also, I'm gonna pick one Chris Angel Mind Freak card to also help our intuitions. Check this shit out, dude. My friend Amanda bought me the entire Chris Angel magic kit. Oh shit, I just exposed my false bottom. Well, can't play any tricks on you guys now. And it comes with a card case, and if you know that you can read tarot with these two, then you can imagine how excited I was. The freaking, oh my god, man. Horny little 15-year-old emo me, all about it. Okay, so maybe you're marinating on your crystal right now. I'm telling you guys, the energy of this is going to be chaotic. So let's just roll with it together. Okay, so this belongs here. This belongs here. Oh, you know what? I'm gonna do one of these. Okay. Oh my god. Okay. I'm gonna pick another one. Okay. Are you serious? Oh, you guys can't see it. Okay. These flipped out and I could see it. But look at that. Isn't that nuts how two cards came out and I needed two crystals? What is going on with group 4? I'm a little scared. It's a little suspicious. Okay. So just take a second, marinate in your feelings. And this is group 1, group 2, group 3, and group 4. Just click that old time description down there. What the hell am I talking about? The timestamp. Y'all know what the hell I'm trying to say. Unless you're new here. And then best of luck to you. Is that a fucking worm? Oh my god. It's a worm. Where did that come from? Okay, I thought it was like a parasite, but it was just a little silkworm. Anyways, that was weird. See you soon. This pile, you have some labradorite. I hope I'm saying that right. And, oh, 10 of spades, 10 of swords. So, right off the freaking get-go, we can see that you guys have a problem with self-sabotage, okay? That is the shadow work that you need to be focusing on. Let me see. Do you guys self-sabotage when something is going a little too good for you? That's what I feel. Okay. Let's see. Let's get some information on, yeah, you got it and you're stuck. You don't want to move forward. Yeah. Okay. I feel like to a certain degree, you've been a bit alone in life. All right. And I'm thinking like abandonment issues from a parent. Not for all of you, but for some of you. And that's really where the shadow work stems from. It's almost like nobody's there to encourage you to continue on. It's hard. You don't want to continue on. It's almost like, whew, okay, you guys are afraid to make yourselves proud because there's nobody else to sit there and be proud of you with you. And that's really sad for you guys. And it's keeping you stuck. It's like you won't move on and do the things that you know that you can do because you being proud of yourself isn't enough for you. So you self-sabotage and prevent yourself from actually carrying on this act of self-love and this journey of self-love because you're still processing the fact that you are abandoned or you do not get the validation from somebody important in your life, okay? If it's not a parent, it's someone very, very important in your life. Now, I'm not talking about a lover, so that out of your mind. I'm definitely talking about childhood wounds here. So it's like you have no reason to fully go down this path because you want somebody standing there. You want the validation of this person recognizing all that you've been through and all that you've done. But I'm sorry to say that I don't think that this person is capable of that. This isn't this other person's journey. Like, this isn't where this other person is in life right now. And that's not fair to you. It's really not fair to you. But also what's not fair to you is you staying in this stuck energy and self-sabotaging because of somebody that you can't control. The one and only thing that you're doing by all of this self-sabotage, and I'm curious to know, like, were you aware that that was what was happening? Were you aware that that was the dynamic? Because maybe just simple awareness will help you. Maybe you weren't thinking about it that way, but not progressing on is only hurting you. And this is part of the big soul lesson, okay? Let's see what life has to offer you when you finally take this journey. I feel like to a certain degree, you already know. You already know how beautiful this is about to be. You already know how proud of yourself you can make you, but it's like you're holding out, waiting on the person to become emotionally available to receive what you're about to do. And that's only keeping you stuck. Okay, let's see. Yeah, abundance. And I flipped it over this way. It came out like this, or it came out like this, and I picked it up like this. You are stopping your own abundance because you're waiting on this person to emotionally receive you, to be in a place. It's like, you know that right now they're not in a place where they could see how far you've come and what you've done. So you're waiting on them. You're putting your growth on hold for them to grow. And that's a twisted line of thinking. Now, it might just take you the awareness of understanding what you're doing. Look, positivity, contentment. Yeah, you have to be content. It's like you're tricking yourself into believing you're content with the fact that this person is never going to do right by you, but also not, because you're still sitting in that energy waiting. You're not going anywhere. You're not moving forward. If you are under the illusion that you are moving forward, like, I don't want to discredit some of your forward movements, but you're not taking it all the way home like you know you can, because you're waiting on this person to become emotionally available. Okay, let's see what other information we can get for you guys. Excuse me. I don't know what's happening in the back of my throat right now, but it's making my voice a little raspy. Okay, let's just get you some keywords, some words to marinate in. Okay, negative, fall in reverse, reflect, unfinished dream, easy, laugh. You need to go where you are trying to go and fuck them. It's hard, okay? I tell you guys all the time, I'm not preaching to you like up from above. I'm down in the fucking trenches with you. I have abandonment issues myself. I'm not saying this because it's easy. I don't believe that it's easy. I feel like maybe sometimes when I speak, I pass things off, or I laugh inappropriately. Nothing's ever fucking funny to me. I actually just had a conversation like this with a client the other day. Weird situation, by the way. I chalked it up to Mercury. I think we're all gonna be okay. But I laugh at inappropriate times and I act like things are way easier than they are. But I just know it's because I'm channeling. And to be honest with you, dude, like, the universe does not give fuck all about your feelings. Like, it doesn't have human emotions. It reflects back to you what you're putting out there. So when I channel, that's very much the mode that I get into. So please understand that Candace Simmons, me on earth, I am with you. I understand. But like, when I channel, it's tough love, baby. Okay, so your story is not finished, never will be finished until you can move on from this. And what's absolutely asinine to me is, you know, when you go down this path, how easy your life is going to become, how much joy this is going to bring you. All of your dreams are going to come true. You know this. You're just fucking dragging ass waiting on somebody to validate you. somebody that fucked you over in childhood, please understand that that is what's happening. You are waiting on validation from a parental figure, and you're not gonna get it. So either you can sit in this fucking energy of like not doing anything with yourself, waiting around, see this clock up here, or you can come to terms with the fact that this isn't going to happen and live your life. If this person does ever get in an emotional place where they can begin to validate you and see what they've done to you and how far you've come from that, it's not going to be until after you take the fucking plunge, okay? So either way, what you're doing right now is self-sabotage. You're not going to get to the ending you're wanting to, regardless, no matter what. Your only option is to do this, to go and complete your journey. You can be standing there alone, okay? And it's still gonna mean as much. It's still gonna matter as much. You're searching for external validation when you just need internal validation. And what's crazy is what you're not seeing is when you get to this finish line, it's gonna feel like you're doing it alone, but there's a lot of people in your life. You see all these creatures up here in the beginning, like in the beginning of the path. There are people in your life that are awake and waiting for you to take this journey, and they're actually going to be standing there when you reach the finish line. You just can't see it yet because right now you're not seeing these people for what they are. Your view on them is going to change once you get here, and you're going to realize, look, they're flying. They're just going to whoop, oh, they finally made it. Like, and it's going to completely transform a lot of your connections with people in your life that you're not seeing the true connection there. So that's where you should start on some shadow work. I think I'm gonna make this little series because Lord knows we all have a lot of shadow work to do, but start there. And let me know what you guys think in the comments. I've never really done like a shadow work video, but I've been getting a lot of requests for it, and a lot of my personal readings have been straying towards shadow work. If you would like a private reading, I do offer those, and all of my information will be down below. But other than that, thank you, and I hope that I will see you in the next one. Group number 2, you guys picked the red jasper, and we have 2 of swords. So what are you indecisive about? What is it that you can't decide? Is it that you can't trust yourself? If we're thinking in terms of shadow work, I would be led to believe that it has something to do with that. But let's see what the heart of the matter is. Let's see what's going on. Yeah, you don't feel at home. I don't think you feel at home anywhere. Well, that makes sense here with this red jasper. It's a very grounding stone. So not feeling at home in your own skin and your own body, possibly not feeling at home like in your literal house. Maybe not feeling like you belong on earth. Like she's a fairy alien looking thing. Like you maybe just feel out of place. Okay, this is spirit of place. You're feeling out of place, and it's like I feel like you think as much as you try, as hard as you strive, as much as you work, you never get to where you want to be. You never get to the oasis. You're stuck in this dry desert. So what thought process is keeping you here? Let's take a look at that. I'm going to pull from this deck. First of all, your root chakra is fairly out of balance. And when that happens to us, none of our chakras can really operate properly if we have such a severe root balance. Severe root chakra imbalance. So definitely start researching how to get on that. Also, I just saw a weird random flash of light in my room. I'm not sure what that's about. Okay, let's see. The Magician and the World. Whoa. Okay. 9 of Cups. The Hierophant. What are y'all doing? Okay. Stick with me here. You have to change the way you think about your relationship with your body and your relationship with your life on earth, okay? That's the shadow work happening here. I really feel like if you guys don't believe in past lives, you might want to check out another one because this might get a little too airy-fairy for you. However, I would imagine if you are feeling like this, you might want to hang out and hear the message anyways because it might help. I feel like your shadow work is less to do with like childhood trauma or, you know, the negative quote unquote side of you. and more so to do with your major beef of having to come back to Earth. Here's the thing, baby doll. You're here, okay? And there's nothing you can do about being here other than to unalive yourself, which you clearly haven't done yet. I feel like I should preface this by saying this is not me, Candace, speaking to you. I am fully channeling right now. I have a lot of sympathy for what you're going through. When I channel, though, I'm tapping into pure divine source, and it doesn't have human emotions, okay? Facts are facts. It sees things differently. You are pitching a fit about having to participate in systems, having to participate. Earth is Ghetto, that song, it like keeps coming through my mind, okay? You have to change your thinking, right? Because right now you're not using any of your powers. They fucking put you here on Earth to heal people, to do this, to do that, to do the third, to learn your lessons. Like, actually, I feel like here's the thing. You don't necessarily have a lot of lessons you need to learn. And that's your problem. It's like you're on this high horse of like, I don't belong here, but yet it's the lowest high horse I've ever seen in my life. You've completely forgotten the essence of who you are and why you came here. And I mean, that shit happens. But it's this strange mixture of feeling like you're too good for this place and also feeling like, you're unworthy of a good life. It's bizarre. I'm having a hard time understanding it, but maybe it's going to resonate with you. So it's like, that's what you're caught between knowing that you're too good for this place and also not feeling worthy and deserving. And that's because realistically, maybe this ain't your place, okay? Maybe you're not meant to be here, but you are, okay? So either you can make the best of it while you're here and start playing the fucking game, or you can be miserable for the rest of your life. I know which one sounds more gross to me. You have so much power, endless power, and you're not using it because you're sitting here whining. You're sitting here pitching fits. Are you a Pisces or an Aquarius or something? I don't know. I'm getting mega whiny baby, selfish energy. And I'm saying this with tough love. I get why you're mad, because you truly don't belong here. Like, you truly don't fit into these systems. You truly, are better than this, but that's why you're fucking here, okay? Like, that's why you came back. You came here to help, and you're so mad right now that you're here and you're having to participate that you're not getting anything done, and you're probably gonna have to come right back if you don't whip your ass into shape and understand why you're here. You're right. The only thing that's stopping you from having a good life is knowing that you are too good for this place, but not using that potential, dude. Okay? This is wishes fulfilled. Until you start playing I'm sorry, I keep stuttering. Until you start playing the game, you're gonna keep being miserable. You're gonna have to play the game. I'm so sorry. Rebelling against it isn't going to change anything until every fucking body rebels against it. All right? But we're not ready for that. Hence probably why you're here. So, and when you start playing the game, you're going to find out you're really good at it. And that is going to be your ticket to actually changing things and helping people. Sitting in a corner and crying and throwing your fists up in the air energetically isn't doing a damn thing for you. Okay? But mastering this game is to become an inside player is how you're going to make real changes and real shifts and actually help people the way you want to help people. If you think it's sad and fucked up that people can't fucking have food, okay, then you need to have more money in your pocket. You need to become a master in the game so that you can change that. You can't change that from the outside looking in, cussing at the whole thing. Is this making sense? Like, I feel like this is really harsh, but Spirit's also like really laying it heavy on me that like, you fucking know better. Like, my language is so foul and I try not to because I like to stay monetized, but I can't help it. Like, I'm getting like frustrated because it's like you have to stop doing what you're doing. You are the level of frustrated I am right now at the world that you see around you. What you're failing to understand that the only way that you can change it is to get in it and grow different roots from inside the system. Okay, so I'm back. Man, it's crazy because like when I channel, I have no idea what I've said, and sometimes I'll be like editing it and I'll be like, I got fucking intense, and I can tell that it got intense because I'm really thirsty. Okay, so well, I want to get like one on like what this is just some offerings. Okay, spaciousness. Yeah, release your ego, okay? So that you can get to true offering. Your true offering to this world is participating and changing, not pitching fits. And that's, you're gonna feel so, I bet you feel unempowered a lot of times. You feel like you're helpless a lot of times. That's gross. I'm sympathetic with it, but it's gross. Accept why you're here. Self-acceptance. Accept what you've been doing, okay? Because if you get mad right now and you put a thumbs down, thumbs down, that's your business. I care not at all. But pitching a fit and being upset about like something that's triggering to you isn't helping you, all right? You'll hear the message when you're ready. If it's pissing you off, it's pissing you off, and you know, whatever. But you can't run away from what you've been doing. You have to be like, okay, yeah, this is checking out, this is making sense, and sit with this so that you can move on. Because if you try to act like, oh, no, not me, and just completely move on, opposite effect, man. Like, you're just gonna have to accept that you've been wasting your potential and then work on fixing that. And that's your shadow work. As far as how you do that, learning how to play the game, man. Learning how to play the game. Getting over your pride of having to play the game. And so that's where you gotta start. That's all that I have for you guys. Thank you. Sorry if you're mad at me. But I do hope that I'll see you in the next one if you got the message. You know what I'm saying? I feel like some of you heard it. Okay, bye. Okay, group number 3, if you guys picked this pile, you picked the worm and also the dragon's egg crystal and 7 of Pentacles. Making an investment. All right, let's see what you guys got. I am going to start pulling some keywords. What's the shadow work that you need to do? Shadow work. Oh. Well, you know, this is interesting because, first of all, inchworms, whenever one would land on my dress when I was a little girl, my grandmother would be like, oh, you're gonna get a new dress. It means you're growing. Like, the inchworm came to measure you. I'm feeling like you guys have just learned something. Like, maybe you've been working on your shadow work. Yeah, and it's more of like a don't regress kind of thing. Yes, commit to what you've already done. You guys have already put in the work. It's finished. You guys have done the shadow work. Now, I feel like shadow work is like an ever evolving journey. Like, you'll never like truly be done. But as far as like your big hump, like the big thing that you needed to work out, you've done it. We have message. Oh my God, look. We have message, mindful, fear, clean, action, gossip. Don't gossip. Don't entertain gossip. These are tests. This low vibrational shit that comes into your life is a test to see if you are going to regress. So the only thing that you really need to do is commit. Now, I do feel like there is a message in here somewhere, so I'm going to pull some more cards, but for the most part, okay. Here's the funny thing. You guys have done your shadow work, but you self-sabotage and try to regress by looking for more shadow work to do. It's like you're not quite ready to spread your wings and fly, so you're kind of like metaphorically like, like what else do I need to work on about myself? Like, what else? Like, oh, I've got more shadow work to do. I feel like you use that as an excuse. Like, oh, I'm not going to get in that relationship because I want to make sure that I'm right. I'm good. I'm solid. Like, I'm not ready because I got to focus on myself. And that's you not wanting to spread your wings, okay? Because you're fearful. And that, if you have any shadow work left to do or that you need to be focused on, it's overcoming this fear of spreading your wings, which, I mean, hey, I feel like flying the first time would be absolutely terrifying. But the only thing you need to do is act out in your life. Like, go do things, experience life, because this is done. Like, this shadow work, this major evolving, that's done. All right, you just have to stop being afraid to spread your wings. So I'm gonna see what else we get. By the way, it is so hot in my room. I don't understand what's happening. Whew, I'm sorry, I'm sweating. Okay, let's see. Yeah, look, when I cut the deck, coming to life right here. It's just a matter of like putting into practice the things that you've learned about yourself and getting back out there as this new version of you. So you just got a little butterfly down there. Stop trying to invent shit for you to do. Intention, yeah. The shadow side of you, it's almost like maybe before you guys struggled with, like wanting to feel bad because it was a source of attention, you know, like really milking it if you had a cold, or like really being like loud about the issues going on in your life, because you wanted to be rescued, or right, you had damsel in distress syndrome. So don't do that again. You've healed, you've worked on yourself. Don't invent shit for you to have to work on just so you can be like, I have to work on myself. Oh, my spiritual journey is just such a nightmare. Like, I've got all this shadow work I have to do. You know what I'm saying? That's gonna rub some of you the wrong way. But I only like the real ones to hang around. So if you want to put the little thumbs down and fuck off, that's fine. Because here's the thing. You have magic waiting on you, okay? You're finally in a place where you can follow your heart and you can be genuine and authentic, and you've cleared this stuff out. But the temptation for you to make this into something, it's almost like the people that like become really good friends with their mental illness and like make that their entire personality. And again, I have to be careful with what I'm saying because I know that that's going to sound really harsh, but it's like, don't make needing to do shadow work because all of the trauma you've been through your only personality. Because that's falling, you're regressing right back to what you just overcame, okay? Or overcome, I don't know, whatever. Let's see. Okay, protecting treasure. Yeah, it's like there's a little piece of your shadow that you don't want to let go of. So you're like, no, I have to do shadow work. But that's just an excuse for you to linger around in this shadow period, which I don't know, babe, sit there if you need to. I don't care, it's your life, but it's gonna it's gonna lead you to wrong. I don't mean to laugh. I can't remember if I've already thrown out this disclaimer, but I don't like, when I channel, man, there's no human emotions that come through. Like, I myself, like, am sometimes consciously aware of what I'm saying, rarely, but like when I just strictly channel, it's virtually emotionless, and that cracked me up. I'm so sorry. Whew. It cracked me up, Candace, not be channeling spirit. Okay, yeah, home. So it's like, where do you want to like accept the fact that you've overcome this and let this little piece of you go so that you can finally like be at home with yourself? Or does this mean so much to you that you're willing to crash into rock bottom again? And that's really all I have. I don't see why I would overcomplicate it when I'm sitting here telling you not to overcomplicate things. I'm going to pull one card on just an offering from the universe, to the universe, whatever, whichever way it swings. Loneliness in reverse and trust in reverse. I don't think that you trust that you're gonna have maybe part of your journey was that you lost a lot of people close to you, and maybe that's why you seek attention in this way, because any attention is positive to you, and you don't trust the universe enough, or you don't trust yourself enough to find good, genuine connections. But they're gonna show up. I mean, it is what it is. They will, but not if you self-sabotage, not if you regress back into this needing to find problems so that you can be rescued from them. That's very exhausting for other people, and I if you get mad, okay, whatever, somebody needs to tell you. Constantly needing to be rescued to seek out attention is exhausting to the people in your life. It would be the very reason why they walk away from you. Not because they don't love you, not because they don't care about you, because it's exhausting to constantly have to go rescue somebody. Like, especially, I just got the message for somebody out there that like you call people to let them know, and you know, I'm gonna be really, really careful about how I say this, because I know that some people really do reach out when they're at this point, unaliving themselves. But I feel like somebody out there has used that as a way to get attention and a way to get people to come over and comfort them. And maybe even in the moment you were in that headspace, and then and when they come over, like, you're all of a sudden like you're okay, and you're like, no, I'm not gonna do that. But I feel like if it's a recurring thing, even if you feel like you're in that headspace in the moment, you're being very dramatic, and that's your shadow self just needing attention any way that you can get it. Okay, and that's exhausting. That's why people leave you. It's not because you're not lovable. It's not because they don't want to spend time with you. It's just that if someone is unable to give you the amount of attention that you need in that moment, and honestly, guys, this could be a legitimate mental illness. This could be BPD. This could be a whole slew of things, to where it's the way your brain operates has nothing to do with like your soul and your core and who you are. Like, medication might get help, therapy might get help. But it's like you react to the extremes, and like your set reality then becomes they don't love you. And so you react in another extreme to get their attention. And they never were going to leave you in the first place. They honestly may have just been busy, but the way you seek out their attention gets very exhausting to them, and you don't trust that completely healing is going to bring you the connections that you're seeking, and it will. You just have to trust that, and you have to trust the universe enough to allow this journey to complete itself, and to let go of the need to protect this little bit of your shadow long enough for you to see that. Okay, you're not going to be left lonely. You're not going to be left out in the cold. You're not going to be continuously abandoned, but you have to finish your healing in order for you to see that. So that is all that I have for you guys. If this did not resonate, I hear you. Pick another one. I feel like this was very, very specific towards a certain select few of you out there. But other than that, I hope that I will see you in the next one, or I'll see you in another pile. Okay, group number 4. This is the one where I don't know if I should read this. Oh, man. For some of you, this is like a romantic couple kind of like healing with each other. All right. Now, for some of you, you're going to resonate more with this one, or it could be that your shadow work is to, heal your divine masculine and feminine. Wow. Well, this is going to be tricky. So on the feminine energy, okay, we have the Joker. I literally don't know how to read that in tarot. Okay. And then for the masculine energy, we have King of Swords. Yes, a very guarded masculine. You know what? I'm going to interpret this Joker as being very, playful. Maybe a bit manipulative. Overall, like, happy-go-lucky. Okay? So this is going to be super interesting. If you are resonating here, being a guarded, more masculine energy, then okay, I'm going to lay your cards over here. If you're the feminine, I'm going to lay your cards over here. And if it's just pulling at you that you need to heal the balance of the divine within yourself, then all of this is going to be relevant. And, this is going to be very tricky. Okay. All right. I hate to say it. You guys know I hate to say it, but this stinks. It stinks of what? Of twin flame energy. I hate the twin flame system so much. I made a whole video about it. I don't necessarily believe in them in the way that the system teaches. However, I do believe that there are these deep soul connections and that there's lots of learning to be done. I hate this. But it is what it is. It also could be that a lot of you guys coming to the video do believe in it. And I pull for you guys, not myself. So I'm going to flip these cards and get them all in the right direction to give them all a fair and fighting chance to come out in the way they are meant to come out in. I also feel like I'm going to need some of these for these other piles. So while I'm doing that, I would sing you a song, but I'm not going to do that. I feel like that would be even worse. What are you guys eating for dinner? Oh, spaghetti. That sounds good. Okay. Here we go. Let me shuffle these really good. What a bizarre group. Okay. That's fine. That's a nice piece of rose quartz. I didn't even know I had that. Where the hell did that come from? Okay. let's check in on the masculine energy. So again, this could be the masculine that you're dealing with. This could be something that you need to balance within the masculine in yourself. We have cleaning house. Definitely that's what the masculine energy needs to be focusing on right now. There's a lot happening in this house, okay? I'm going to let you guys, we have a bird, we have a cat, we have rose petals, peeling wallpaper. I'm pretty sure this is a boy made out of brooms. I feel like the masculine's inner boy severely wounded, okay? And that's part of what the problem is. And it's possible for those of you, oh, look, and I just noticed a little door. Well, who the hell's going to get through that little door? What a strange room. Okay, the inside of the masculine's head is a terrifying place. And so it's really like the masculine thoughts need to be tidied up. Again, either within this person or within yourself. Please, for the love of God, let me stop saying that. I hope you guys can keep up. I cannot be bothered to say that again. If this is all happening, what was that? I know y'all heard that. If this is all happening in your head, just take mental note of that. Just know that this is what needs to occur to balance the masculine, and this is what will need to occur to balance the feminine. But for a lot of you, your shadow work is directly involving another person. Okay. So what else? Repeating the same old shit because you're operating off of past experiences. Now, this flew over to the feminine, so I'm going to leave this here. We have education. Right now, the feminine needs to be focusing on herself, okay? Self-care, all right? Let's see. If not, rock bottom is the only place to go, okay? And if it can be balanced, then it's going to lead to this spirit of place, okay? Where if it's, oh my God, what? Okay, I'm so sorry about that. My son whispered through the door, and like the way that it echoed in here, I don't know, it was super weird. Okay, but if you can balance this, then that's when you're gonna start to feel like things are right, okay? I feel like maybe this situation between the feminine and the masculine has been very tricky to navigate through, but you've already been here. You've already been at rock bottom with this masculine, and the reason why, if you don't do your own thing, is because this masculine is over here still repeating the same patterns until he picks a new pattern. There's nothing else that can happen over here for the feminine. And then we have sad embrace in reverse. It would be beneficial for you to, when this person figures out what the hell they're doing, to really get it all out on the table, hug, make up, really have a heart-to-heart talk. But they're almost there, all right? But they're not completely there. So let's see here. Yeah, One Ring Circus. It's like they still feel alone. Despite this opportunity for them to be in a perfect partnership, they're still out here feeling alone, and there's nothing that you can do. He's just gonna have to get tired of himself. I say he, it can be a she. I'm just picking up on masculine energy. It's like they see what they can have and they want it, but they're stuck in this dry desert, not realizing that the reason why they can't have what they feel with you is these repeating patterns. What are the repeating patterns? Okay, let's look at that. And again, if this is just you, these are the thoughts that you need to balance within yourself. He's not meeting things with compassion. And I think it's because he's not been met with compassion. We have speak. Yeah, he doesn't talk. This is a masculine who does not like to express their feelings, probably for a bunch of different reasons. So there's a lot that they can't release because they time is gonna help, because eventually they're gonna get sick of their own shit. Okay, it's gonna be like where they feel like they can't even be in a room with themselves, and that's gonna cause them to change things. But this person doesn't talk about how they feel. They don't try to work through things. They don't offer a lot of compassion in situations. They can't forget things because they can't release things, because they can't talk about things. It's just a lot of trauma, okay? Now, if you are the masculine here and trying to figure out what shadow work you need to do, it's this. You you're not thinking about what this could be. You're not thinking about it. Now, to a certain degree, you have some shit that you need to do on your own, namely feel your feelings, okay? You let out anger on the wrong people because you're not letting it out on the thing that you should be angry at, because I don't think you feel like you have a right to that anger, or that anger will bring up more pain than you can imagine. And that might be true, honey, but the only way through it is through it. Because it's just blocking your love. This is your divine counterpart. This person in your life is your divine counterpart. Bomb ass sex too, hey. And it would be a healthy love, all right? See how the good is spilling out into the feminine energy? But you're stuck over here being shady, repeating the same shit, and not seeing this for what it is. You're coming up with every excuse in the book to not see what this is, because you're self-sabotaging, because you're sticking to the same old patterns, probably trying to find people or finding connections that validate what you believe to be true about feminine energy, and it upholds the pattern of feminine energy that you've experienced, whereas this feminine over here breaks the mold. I think at times she'll do things that are triggering, but not enough for you. It's like you're trying. I feel like this feminine pushes your buttons just enough to where you're like, she's just like everybody else. But it's like, you know in your heart that that's not true. But that's how you've been excusing this off. Or there are certain things that happen where you can just push her away, but you know you fucking think about her. And I believe firmly that at times you just view this person as a friend, but at times you can see you're afraid. Though at the end of it, at the root of it, the only reason you're able and capable of tricking yourself into believe you're just friends is that you are afraid. Sorry, I'm like channeling and like it's getting convoluted in here. Because your thought process, man, I love you, but it's crazy. Now, feminine, the only shadow work that needs to be done here is not participating in this, okay? This is a moment teaching you self-love, teaching you commitment to that self-love. You've done so much work, and I really feel like for the most part your shadow work is kind of done, the feminine here. Yeah, and now, but you don't trust. You've done the work, but you don't trust divine to fulfill you and to carry this out. And that's the lesson that you're having to learn here. And that's why it's taking so long. You're bouncing off of each other's energy, okay? And not in the best of ways, but that's okay, because that just means that you have more to learn. And oh, we have heal the ouch. It just means that you have more to learn, and now you have the opportunity to learn it. You guys aren't going anywhere. I just flipped to that again. That's crazy. Okay, let's see here. What else can we know? The masculine's over here trying to be rescued by something else. Something other than himself, and he's trying so hard to find something that's not this, okay? See, we have a man in here looking, then we have this woman here. This is your divine counterpart, but the masculine is trying so hard to like look for some other divine counterpart for whatever reason. It's weird energy. It's an energy that I don't understand. I think sometimes this feminine's love feels like pouring alcohol into an open wound. Like sometimes healing hurts more than the event itself, all right? Sometimes something good for you hurts more when you're traumatized and you're not perceiving things in the best light. Sometimes a love that feels so good and heals you and is good for you is just like pouring alcohol into an open wound, okay? And that's kind of what this person's going through. But there's good news, all right? This person's finally starting to pick up on little signals and symbols, all right? They're gonna start with tidying up some of their thought processes, tidying up the way they think, and then they're really gonna be like paying more attention. They're open to hearing the universe talk to them. So it's coming. It's happening slowly. But there's finally a lot of a lot of connections are, a lot of people are going to be coming into union. Again, I hate twin flame lingo and all that bullshit, but this simply is what it is. I'm not saying it's twin flames, but I am saying it's a divine connection. All right. And a lot of unions are going to be happening here shortly. Those of you that have learned your lessons, feminine must stay focused on herself. Okay, do not extend yourself into this bullshittery that will only repeat the cycle. And here's the thing, if you think, this has been the most helpful thing for me on my journey, if you think that being an emotional playground for your masculine is benefiting them, you are sorely mistaken. Okay, at times this masculine uses the feminine here, you, as self-sabotaging, a way to self-sabotage, because they know that you won't reject them. They'll come in and fuck with your feelings, but realistically this person needs you. So you allowing them to do you any kind of way and not have boundaries for yourself, you probably feel like that is the definition of loving them unconditionally, but truly setting a boundary for yourself is the act of unconditional love. All right, because then they're gonna have to really sit with themselves and figure their shit out. So it's actually going to be your act of self-love towards yourself that leads to this union and leads to this true, deeper love between the two of you. All right, let's see, what else did I have here? Yeah, deep freeze, stormy fields, but we're not going to go there, right? We've learned our lesson. Feminine's going to stay in her lane and let the masculine come to her. She's done chasing, all right? Okay, let's see what else. Balancing act. Yeah, there's no balance here yet, but again, it's slowly coming. Slowly. This is weird because it's not really been that much about shadow work at all, and that's what you guys wanted to know. I would maybe suggest picking another number because this is the only one, really, if I remember correctly, that's had romantic themes. So this is a huge thing you need to work on. Forgiveness. Yes. The feminine is going to have to just forgive the masculine for all of his shady shit. Again, if you're in a toxic situation, I'm not talking to you. I'm talking about these connections where there is a baseline of respect and love. But this person has acted in toxic ways and in ways that are not him putting his best foot forward because he's traumatized. And as are you. I think a lot of these divine feminines have been traumatized as well and have had their own hell of a journey. But, okay, listen, healing comes from acceptance. Accept that this is where you are. Accept that you can do nothing else for this connection other than stay in your own fucking lane. Help me, dear Lord, to fully accept what is, knowing that this alone will open me to the new. Okay? The only way you're ever going to come into this union, okay, be working on your body. What was I saying? The only way you're ever going to come into this union is by focusing on yourself. All right, that's the only way. That's the only thing that you have left to do. Get your body right, get healthy, get like where you want to be. While he's off doing fuck all and being an idiot, love you masculine, but it is what it is. This is the feminine's time to get fully confident with herself, because one of the issues here is the feminine is not fully confident in herself, and for some of you it has something to do with your body. So get right, get healthy. This is your time to focus fully on you, because when you do come together with this person, that's what it's gonna be about. Okay, it's gonna be a wild ride in the best way, but this is gonna be like the last time you have to like get where you want to be and like do something that makes you proud. And you know, I don't want to come across as any type of way, but do, if it's gonna make you feel good to like get around your masculine again with the body of your dreams, then fucking do that, man, because this dude is all about you. But you need to have that confidence in your body and in yourself. Clarity, yes. And the more you focus on yourself, the more clear You're going to become on what you need and what you want. You've been so fucking focused on showing him unconditional love that you've not thought about your needs and your wants. And this is the time to do some learning, okay, about yourself so that you can set those healthy boundaries that are going to help both of you. Doesn't have to be perfect, all right? Permission to make mistakes is so freeing. When you realize what your needs and wants are and what you've been doing by allowing him to be your emotional playground, that's when you're really gonna free both of you from this prison. All right. Okay. Yeah, mistakes. I feel like you're gonna have a moment of guilt when that really clicks with you, that being his emotional playground was not showing him unconditional love. If anything, it was hurting him more. I feel like you're gonna have this huge, like, it's gonna take your breath away, like an oh shit moment. Okay. But that's okay. Understand that it's all unfolding the way that it needs to. Have you guys drug it out? For sure. But can't move on until you learn what you learned. So you have to forgive yourself. It took you a little bit longer because you're both stubborn as hell, but it's also going to be, that good. Like as hellacious as it's been up until this point, it's going to be that good whenever you finally come into union. Okay, let's see. Courage. Divine courage is not the absence of fear, but a nudge that says, keep going, do it, don't worry, all will be well. You have to be quiet enough to hear it. Dear Divine, may I feel your courage and your will. Here's the thing. Some readers, I think, and psychics are tapping into the fact that there's going to be a whole lot of, like, unions coming up. But there's going to be readers, and readers are constantly preying on your ex is coming back and, like, the whole twin flame garbage bullshit. But you are going to know in your soul if this is for you, if this is your counterpart. If you know that, then know that. Don't let external sources be your source of validation. You have within you the answer, and you need to sit in that answer and know it. And don't wait. Ooh. If you're using your time wisely, you're not waiting. Okay? We always hear, like, don't wait around on somebody, and you shouldn't sit in a sad and sappy energy. Okay? But if you've made up your mind and you fucking know from the core center of your being that this is your person and there is not anybody else that you're going to do life with, then go do other things. Don't go distract yourself with other people. Completely focus on yourself. And when you're done with yourself and you're fully happy with yourself, if this person still is not coming towards you, then you can move on and try and find somebody else to be with, because maybe this person is never going to get their shit together. But in this reading, this person is. If you're seeing this, all signs are pointing to the fact that this person is going to get their shit together eventually. The only thing you can do, instead of sitting in that sad, sappy, wallowing, self-pity, woe is me, wah, wah, why am I not good enough, blah, blah energy, that sad, pitiful shit energy, use your time wisely. To focus on your body, to focus on your health, to start your business, whatever it is you want to do, to make more money in your career. Use this time of quote unquote waiting to fulfill these things for yourself. All right. Just because you're not, like, you can wait on somebody to go on their journey. Traumatized people don't love linear. Okay, our timelines do not look the same as everybody else's. So don't feel stupid for waiting for this person if you know beyond a shadow of a doubt that you love them. Just use the time wisely. Don't use it for sad, pitiful, whiny baby parties. Empower yourself and use the time wisely. Okay, so that's all that I have for you guys. Thank you so much. I do offer private readings because I feel like this goes deeper as far as the individual shadow work goes. So if you want a private reading, just let me know. If you can't afford one, I get it. And I'll try to do more collective videos on shadow work if you want. Just make sure you leave me a comment so that I know, or give the video a thumbs up or whatever fucking YouTubers say. But other than that, thank you so much, and I hope that I will see you in the next one.